Fuck you! Hi, how are you? I love this Taidum model. I'm just saying, like, the more I've used it and the more I've gotten into VTubing, the more I'm just like, oh, I feel so great. I love it. I feel adorable. By the way, how you guys doing? See, that is what I like to see. That life jacket and BetaEtaDelota spam. I love it. I love it, okay? I appreciate all the good vibes and all the... Listen, you. That's not good vibes. That's throwing things at my face. At least take me out to dinner first before you throw things at my face. Wait, technically you did since you threw a pie at my face, so you win. If you guys want to throw things at me for longer, continue the hype train, keep it going. Feel free to, you know, throw stuff at me. That tier 5 sub, I'll be cute on stream and you can throw things at me for a tier 5 sub, okay? Isn't this wonderful? Doesn't SpongeBob music make everything better? I'm glad you guys are having fun. Look, you guys can keep, if you keep the hype train going, you can still keep throwing things at my face. That is the incentive there. So the moral of this story is, if you give me money, you can abuse me further. So technically that's how Twitch streams work in a nutshell. Wait, isn't that prostitution? I think that's prostitution, is that not? I don't know. Probably, whatever, we'll just go with it. Hey, thank you, Leaf Embion. Wait, is it Leaf Fembion? Like a femboy, evolution? Or is it like Leaf Embion, like fire, grass? Yeah, just thought I'd ask. First one? Oh. Wait, isn't that just Sylveon? Sylveon's like that one evolution that just downright fucking turned so many people into furries, or just made them horny. Just honest opinion. That's just how I see how the world has become. I've seen those E621 search results. I'm just saying. You can't hide from me. I know you simp over Sylveon, you fuck. I know Sylveon's the reason why you're either a furry or some sort of degenerate trash like me. I see you. I see you. You got good taste. How is VTubing compared to live cam? Well, you guys will never see when I'm picking my nose, so that's good. I can pick my nose and adjust my balls because they do fucking get a bit uncomfy. I can do that all I want and you will never know when I'm doing it. So that's the main benefit to VTubing. I mean, I won't lie, but like another benefit to VTubing is like, I don't know, I can just be cute without worrying about being like as talkative all the time. Like I don't need to be talking 24/7 when I'm just sitting here. And that's what I feel like I have to do to somewhat compensate for being a, what is called, or what I like to call a flesh tuber, or face cam streaming, cam stream, whatever you like to call it. That's what I've been doing for pretty much the past year or so. And when I'm not doing face cam streams, I'm doing VR stuff, which is, it was okay. I kind of stopped after a while because I just didn't feel it, didn't enjoy it as much. Something made me want to change something about what I was doing with streaming. Because like for a year or so, I had done the face cam streaming, and like I had this constant feeling, this nagging feeling in the back of my head within like about 8 months or so into me streaming, that I was just like, am I boring? I feel like I'm boring, and the feeling like continued to get worse and worse as I was doing these face cam streams. But I don't know, I think the main reason why I changed to VTubing, after a year or so of doing just face cam streams on Twitch, and I do mean just face cam, like when I became partner on Twitch, I immediately went from, you know, the whole face rig model that I had back to just face cam streams and then putting emphasis on that, because I don't know what was with me. I really wanted to get away from like the whole furry YouTube VTubing thing, because I just wanted more of me to shine, like more of like the content that I make from my own face and body to sort of carry itself. That's why I wanted to move away from VTubing. And that's why I wanted to move more towards face cam, towards streaming with my face, using reactions from that, because I realized I had that potential to do it. And this isn't me having like a fucking narcissistic episode here. This isn't me having like the ego of fucking like, who has a big ego nowadays? I don't know, you got me on that. But the point was, I wanted to let the person that was BetaEtaDelota shine as a character. And that's why I focused more on doing facecam streams. So after doing it for about a year or so, the first 6 months were fucking amazing. It was so fun. I felt like I could pretty much do anything and make any game entertaining, which I feel like I can do as is. After some time, I think the biggest issue that I think a lot of content creators face is if you're doing the same thing every day. When you're a content creator and when you're doing the same thing over and over and over for pretty much every day for a certain amount of time, you get to a point where you experience burnout, content creator burnout. And what happened with me is I didn't recognize it as burnout, but I mainly recognized it as me thinking that I was getting boring. And that's something that I've always had a nagging feeling just in general with content creation, of just like, am I boring as a content creator? Do people not want to watch me? And it's not because I focus on analytics. It's just a self-esteem issue that I just genuinely have. And so after like 6 months of me doing these face cam streams, come like April, May or so, like I had these feelings getting stronger and stronger in the back of my head of just like, am I boring? Are my streams boring? Is this face cam stream thing not working? Do I need to bring more energy? Do I need to do something different? Like what am I doing? And little did I know that that was more of just me feeling like I needed some fucking change to what I was doing. Because it was every single day I'd do a stream where I'd talk about something in the furry fandom, talk about something furry drama-wise, because furry drama is the only thing that fucking does well on YouTube, apparently. And, like, I'd do that, then I'd sit there, think about a game that I wanted to play, never actually play that game, and then I'd end stream. That would be the routine throughout the entire beginning of 2021. So, come recently, I started to somewhat reflect and realize that it wasn't a case of me being boring. That wasn't it at all. It was more so me looking for some new big thing for me to do, or new big change that made streaming exciting. Because when you get into a routine of doing the same thing over and over and over, it takes away a lot of the reason of why you do it in the first place. That's why a job at some point becomes a job. You know, you go into it like, oh, this is amazing, and then with time it becomes a bit like boring if you don't have any change to it. If you're doing the same thing every single day, it just becomes boring. Just what I've been feeling for the past year has been burnout, but in the sense of just, I wanted to do something new with Twitch streaming. That's kind of why I made this transition into VTubing. I wanted to just try it again. Not just because I saw it as like, oh, a big trend that everyone was doing online and everyone was just having a good time being a VTuber. But like, it was just one of those things where I craved anything new. Literally fucking anything. I wanted to do something with my life that wasn't just sitting in front of a screen with my face. And I could just switch to that right now, and I feel like I'd do a better job at explaining it right now. But everyone's like, VTuber cute, you're fucking... To be fair, I know a lot of you guys probably wouldn't mind if I changed to my face cam right now. I'm just saying. More so the point is just... Hey, you're not paying attention to me. I hate... Don't worry. The pie's delicious. I guess just with me wanting some change, that's why I took a major leap into VTubing. And it's also because someone, a very good friend, just kind of got me a Taidum reskin and turned it into a VRM model and put it in VC face and set up Tifa for me and was like, here you go. You can do this whenever you want. And I was just like, okay, I'll do this. And then one day I just got it all together, set it up in OBS, and I'm like, yeah, I kind of dig this. This is kind of neat. And it's been like about 2 weeks since I started these VTuber streams again. And I know this isn't my actual like Fursona. It's just a Taidum retexture, recolor of the Taidum, which I don't even know what fucking animal or species that is, or if I have to do some sort of Fursona species video on it again. But, there's that.
Hey, Beta.